Hello everybody, Mark here. Hope you're all well. Welcome to the workshop. Welcome to my Tuesday night live. Back to the old time, 8 o'clock. Tried it last week, 7 o'clock. Didn't work. I had too many people coming in just before 8 o'clock saying, oh, we missed it. Quite a few comments and messages from people saying, don't like 7 o'clock, it's too early. So I've gone back to 8 o'clock for you. Either one is fine by me, but this is where it's working the best. What are we turning tonight? A bowl. I did have a shape in mind, but the wood is, I would say dodgy, because that's unkind, but it may not be suitable for the shape I've got in mind. So we'll see what happens. I've got 3 people helping me tonight. Let me just bring them in. So we've got the wonderful Ruby Claire from Canada.
Hello and Merry Christmas, everyone.
We've got the wonderful Pete from Bristol.
Hi, everyone.
And we've got the wonderful Doug from Kentucky.
Howdy do.
They're going to be looking after the chat tonight and passing any of your questions and comments on to me. And they'll tell me who's in, and I dare say telling me whatever abuse is going to be hurled at me. So they'll look after you. I'll change camera so you can see which one should I go for? I'll go for this one, and I'll put them in the background, and I'll make a start. So we've got a piece of, it's a first for me. Now I've turned elm before, and I've turned spalted wood before, but this is a piece of spalted elm. So that's a first for me. And this was very, very kindly given to me by Hugh Davis from Wouldn't It Be Nice? He may or may not be able to pop in at some point tonight. So if he does, thank you, Hugh. Hugh came down. Oh, is he on? Is he good?
Yeah.
Hello, Hugh. He came down in the summer, and I had a day's tuition with me to get him back into bowl turning, and he brought this down for me. And I've been looking for a reason to turn it. So I'm going to make a start just throwing some shape on this, see what it cuts like. And while I'm doing that, these guys can tell me who's in. And then about halfway through, I'll tell you what the scrolling thing across the bottom is about, and tell you everything that's involved with that. So I'll start off with lathe at 0, start the lathe up, bring the speed up slowly. This is on a worm screw, because the shape I don't want any holes from screws from a faceplate ring. I just want a central hole. Tailstock's up for support, got my glasses on, and that's 800 revs, and away we go.
Are you going to do the honors, Chief?
I'll do the honours. I've scrolled to the top of my list and it's not reached the top, but I know Door 60 was first in, followed by Gerard from Aaron, the French turner.
JC, get out of there.
That's the dog, not the wife, Doug.
I'm sorry about that. That was the cat. I was yelling. Thought I muted. My fault.
Then we've got Rob, the Copper Hour wood turning. Mike, you from Elminster. The wonderful Ruby Claire. Doug Miller. Ryan with a Y. Rob from Kingsborough.
That's better.
I took your name in vain today, Rob. Terry Bartlett, Wavy Woodshed, Susie the Swiss Wood Turner, Todd at Glen Cove Woodworks, Martin Ford, Paul Hooton, Douglas Mungham, Peter Kelly, Wavy Woodshed, Roger Kent. I think that's it for now. Steve Gordon just joined. Good evening, everyone. quick update. Terry's operation went well today, and he's up and causing trouble for the nurses already.
Expect nothing less.
Of
I did
course.
That's
speak to him.
great.
I did speak to him earlier, and he said he was dosed up on morphine. I said, "Well, enjoy it
Yeah.
because it's really good stuff."
Mm.
Oh, and Hugh from Wood, wouldn't it be nice? I missed you. Sorry, Hugh. Should have remembered you in particular. Oh, stand by your beds. Kim's arrived.
Oh, good. I can do my usual standing joke of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. She's gone. See you later. Bye, Kim.
Nah, she's still there.
Never mind that. Happy birthday, Kim.
Yes, it was my darling Kim's 53rd birthday on Saturday.
Roy's the boy. I also missed him. Good evening, Roy.
Mark, you're not supposed to say the age.
Sorry, I could say the age because I didn't say the right one.
Charlie Taylor. I missed loads, but you know I'm an amateur at this.
Right.
Normally got Joe doing the names.
Now I'm going to move the tailstock back out of the way because I'm fairly certain that that's in good condition.
Lewis has joined us. Good evening, Lewis.
I'm still not sure I'm going to be able to
Good
do this
afternoon
shape.
for you.
So I'll do a couple of pull cuts just to throw some shape on the bottom.
That's an absolutely gorgeous piece of wood.
It is, isn't it? It's got
Isn't it
some.
though?
It's got some character, that's for sure.
Can you use milk paint on it?
Hey,
Can you use milk paint on it?
yeah, I could color it with spirit stain and
You'd
glitter.
better
No.
not. You'd better not. Better
Oh,
Doug and I are going to come over and give you a kick in the backside.
it would be
You said,
beautiful.
Mark, if I knew it looked that nice, I'd have turned it myself. Oh, and I missed Dave Oatey as well.
I think this may end up just being a standard shape bowl.
You got 50 watching, but only 10 of them like it because only 10 have put the thumbs up. Oh, Roy's boy put out a wood turning video today.
Yes, he did a beautiful off-center goblet. It's
Catch
really,
that
really
later.
nice.
Watched just before I came in. It was great.
Andy Woodward Learner says, Mark, are you trying to blame the wood if you end up with a funnel? It's always the wood's fault. Except
Well,
for me, it's always
wouldn't
Mark's
it be
fault. So.
nice, says he has another piece of it, Pete?
Well, you can pop down here and leave that with me if he wants. Actually, I'm going to go and see him in his workshop in the new year so I can pinch it then.
Oh, he could come all the way over here with it too.
Well, he could. But it's
Or
only
he could
about
send
50
it to
miles
me.
from me, so...
Hey, wait till he sees what I do with this one first. Right, so this cut I'm doing here with an H, is all off the body. It's all off the hips. So gauge the cut. Lean in. It's all off the hips. So go back to this one again.
William Kenny has joined us. Good evening, William.
Hey, William.
I was talking to another supplier of product and telling him he should get involved with My Next Live. And told him that you've been involved with the lives and you generate a lot of interest for your company, so he should do it. We're actually trying to get him to come in an earworm, but he lives in a rural area without decent broadband, so that can't happen. Douglas, Terry's had a hip replacement.
I thought he was supposed to be having back surgery.
Yeah, but they've discovered that his hip's dodgy and they won't do his back until his hip's working.
Hmm.
Andy said, do we need a tight smock to do that movement? No, it's just Mark's had a lot of celebration meals recently.
Yes, Ben, if you don't have enough padding, you can put a cushion under your smock.
All right, enough about the padding.
Well, Mark, it does appear you've put on a bit of weight recently.
I have. God, shut up.
Well, I'm going to blame it on Kim for not giving you enough exercise then.
I get plenty of exercise. Don't worry about that.
She feeds him too well, that's the problem.
That's it.
Well, she is a very good cook.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't dare stay with them very long. Now, on the other hand, you go visit Pete and he takes you to a restaurant, and the only way you can get in is by driving the car through the wall.
Yeah.
But at least
Yeah, I
it
knew it
was
was a mistake to
easy
let you park.
Yeah, I didn't have any trouble parking, did I, Pete?
Ah, straight through the wall, no problem.
Start liking that one.
See, Lewis is claiming he's got a heat wave going on there. It's +1 or -1 to +2. We don't call that a heat wave over here.
Don't worry, Lewis. The snow is going to hit us this weekend, and we're sending it right on down your way.
It's supposed to get cold and snowy here too.
I've got to say, for
Yeah,
spalted
that's
wood, that's
part of the
cutting
same
beautifully, Mark.
system.
You know, going back
Like
to
the rubber
Mark's
during today.
dance move, when that was first suggested to me and I gave it a try, I sure did find that my curves came out a lot smoother.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot easier to control when it's a whole body,
Yeah,
not
you,
just your arms.
yeah. If you use your body. Oh, that's why there. If you use your body. Let me just get a little tool out here. You get much more organic. There we go.
Was that a knot or a bug?
Not. So that might be an inclusion in there.
Those kind of things, I often just take some 2-part epoxy, mix a bit of black acrylic paint in it, and fill them with it.
Yeah. Can't do that on live though, Ruby. Bad enough making people watch paint dry, let alone glue.
Oh,
Douglas, one of the advantages of Kim being such a good cook is that Mark can no longer get into his tutu.
That is a benefit.
but we do have memories of that.
We have scars of that.
Yeah, you were
The
there,
scars,
Ruby.
right? Oh my! The ladies were loving it that night. The guys are cringing.
Yeah, they were.
That's
It
the
Because
takes
best
a
I
lot.
wore a bike show once.
It takes a lot of guts to be able to pull that off, and I thought he did it pretty well.
Oh my!
Andy said, would UV resin work as it sets quick? I don't know. I've never used it, but
I would think so.
I would think so. It
You're
it appears to me as more like CA glue, so it's probably a bit thin for the job.
it's I've used a little bit of it. It's not really that thin. And you can set it with your UV light in just a minute or two. Problem is, if you start putting dyes in it, the darker it is, the longer it's going to take to set.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's the outside shape. If I go with that one, so you can see nice bit of a subtle OG. And if I go with that one, see there's the inclusion in there. Now what I could do, I could possibly kill two birds with one stone tonight and fill that.
You
Doesn't
could
go all the
fill
way
it,
in.
put a piece of tape over it, and continue.
Now I could fill it with glue,
We're telling where Barry has joined us.
dust, glue and dust.
Lewis says
might
black
be-
CA is the fastest. UV is quick, but it isn't as hard as a regular resin.
Yeah, I think that might be what I was
Mhm.
thinking of doing. Just grabbing some dust off my bandsaw. Right, so which camera's going to be best? Headstock zoom, I think. Can you guys see that?
Yeah, we got that.
Right. So a bit of O3 black just in the bottom.
Precious has joined us. Hi, AGK.
Ben is asking what RPT stands for. It means
Register of Professional Turners. Means I'm on the register of professional turners.
Lewis is saying no dust, Mark.
Too late.
Too late, I've already used it.
Yeah, it's quite deep, wasn't it?
Yeah. Just put the black in as a base. And now I'm going to use clear medium just as a fill. A link for this is available.
Martin suggested you could have filled it with some brass powder.
Yeah, could have done. Actually, yeah, I could do. Actually, that's the top coat.
Lewis is saying a little glue, then accelerator, then repeat. And I tend to agree with that.
Yeah, I'm not happy with that.
Do you have any accelerator?
Yeah.
Lewis has typed there's going to be an uncurled bunch of glue in there. I think he meant uncured, but uncurled is funnier.
Yeah, I kind of liked it that way.
Uncurled, yeah, I like that. At least most of the hole's filled with shavings now and dust. Black on the bottom, then a layer of dust, and a bit of brass on the top. So I'm just going to let that set off for a minute before I sand it. We'll give it a
Anthony,
little shear scrape. Shear scrape.
Anthony Moyle has joined us. Welcome, Anthony.
Hi,
Hey.
Anthony. How you doing, mate? He's local-ish. Down near Patstow, I think.
Lewis says he dislikes spell check, and I can agree with him on that.
Right, so I'm going to do a shear cut. Handle's really low. Might have to do
That was
this
wrong.
as a push cut.
Yeah, sound was wrong.
You could just sand it off, you know.
You can't do that, Ruby, using RPT.
That's true. That's true.
Hmm.
Anthony says he's a bit lower than Paz, so he's nearer to Portreath.
All right. I was down that way, proper Cornwall. Down that way somewhere. Right, so now I can sand. And we all know what happens when I do sanding. This lot can talk about me as much as they like,
You can't hear a thing.
because I can't
No.
hear any word they say.
Everybody in the chat
Is
can say
it,
what they like about Mark now because he can't hear you.
is it soft around the spalting area?
It's too late, Ruby.
Yep. Dust extractor got to him first.
He's supposed to be buying a door for me to go down and build him a room. But he hasn't got around to it yet. Going to build an insulated room to keep the noise down a bit.
I've been thinking about building a cabinet around mine just so with baffles on the inside to knock the sound down.
Yeah, I'll put mine outside.
That would be preferable, but I got concrete walls.
Well, I've got a cement board, but just drill through them.
Well, my Camvac's got two hoses that take the sound away. And what I need to do is find a connector that'll join the two into one and then just use the one to vent it outside.
Mm-hmm.
Preferably on the side of the house of the neighbor I don't like.
There
See,
you
if
go.
you knew somebody who could turn wood and make holes and stuff, you can make them then.
Gee, do you know anybody that could do that, Pete?
Can't think of it off the top of my head, Ruby.
Yeah, neither can I.
Douglas Munger put a question there for you, Doug. Did that not make it overheat? Now, I've got to say, I used to have the Regal Power DX1000 standard high pressure vacuum system. And I put that in a small cupboard with acoustic foam, sound baffle at the bottom. And it got warm, but it never overheated.
Yeah. There are several folks who do that and have put YouTube videos up, and I have not known of anybody that their shop vac overheated. It like
Yeah.
Pete said, they get a little warm, but not enough to hurt anything. And it's not really. It's just it's causing your air, your exhaust air, to switch directions several times, and that knocks the sound down. It doesn't make it quiet, but it'll knock it down 20, 25 decibels, and that's significant.
Yeah. And it does depend on what you're using your shop vac for. I mean, if you're using it for sanding, it's not on for that long. So if somebody was actually using a vacuum cleaner to, I don't know, hoover an office or whatever, then it'd be on for hours at a time. Whereas we put it on for 10 minutes, it's off again.
Yeah, I use mine a couple different ways, Pete. If I'm turning real dusty wood, I'll have it on during that turning, but then every opportunity I'll turn it off. But then I've also got a vacuum chuck that uses a shop vac for the suction.
Yeah.
And, so as long as I'm turning, it's on.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep it restricted, but at the same time, I do want to knock that noise down because my ears, I can't hear very well afterwards if I don't have something to knock that sound back.
Yeah.
You need a set of the earplugs such as we use when we're shooting pistol or rifle.
Yes, I've got some of those, and they help tremendously. Yeah.
I can hear you now.
Oh, we can't talk
Okay,
about
we'll
you
quit
anymore, right?
talking about Mark now and go back to something else.
Oh yeah. Royce the boy said, "Is Mark wearing a mask while he's turning that piece of wood?" Got safety glasses on, but it's not a mask on this.
Yeah, really, you should be wearing a mask, Mark, because of the spalting that's in the wood. You don't want that in your lungs.
Well, that's why I had the dust extraction on when I was sanding.
Okay.
Wow. Look at that.
Stunning.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Bright,
Love salted wood.
bright blue.
Now, what are you putting on, Mark?
That's sanding sealer. Cellulose sanding sealer. Thinned 60-40. Well, it started off as 60-40. It's probably 70-30 by now. I'm not very precious about sanding sealer. I do thin it, and I usually do start off 60-40. But as the week goes on, I just basically add a bit more here and there. Add a bit, add a bit, add a bit more. And then, so we're,
Conversation you're not part of, Mark. Douglas Mungham's asking, he's got a two-stage he made from a dust collector. Would that be okay? Douglas, put it in a cabinet, see how it goes. Put a thermometer in there as well if you're worried. See what it's like. You should be all right.
Wouldn't
You
it
right,
be
so
nice? Wouldn't it be nice as saying, "Can I have it back, please, Mark?"
you can have it back when I'm finished. I'll even sign it for you, buddy. So this is abrasive paste made by True Grit here in the UK, made in Yorkshire. And I've sanded to 240 sand and sealer, and I've applied the True Grit. As we all know by now, I'm sponsored or supported by True Grit. I'm also a dealer. I'm a supplier of True Grit. So if anybody wants to buy any, it's on my website. Contact me as in the usual channels: text, WhatsApp, Messenger, email, and I can distribute it for you. And I'm working it in, and as I work it in, it's breaking down
Excuse me.
finer and finer until I'm left with the equivalent of about 1,000 plus grit finish without any of the dust. All the dust is being trapped on the paper.
When you've done that, Mark, Gav's asking about your sanding system.
All right.
He thinks it's an angle grinder, but you can show him after you've done that.
Yeah. Well, yep. Please God, his went. So once it's worked in, built the speed up, and then you're just buffing off the residual with a clean piece of paper. Keep changing the paper till it comes away clean.
Lucy Bundy Rowe has just commented that she's got a kitchen in the car, apparently, and he's got to go and lift it out.
I love it when people fit new kitchens a week before Christmas. That makes sense.
Donna Love Angel has joined us.
Hey, Donna.
Hi, Donna.
You're quiet right here, and I'm just about to do that.
So there is Let's go on. Zoom.
Mark,
It's pretty, yes. Oh, right.
message
Shall I
from my
see?
sponsor.
Didn't bother.
8:30.
Good man. Good man. Right. Somebody wanted to know about the angle grinder.
Gav.
Gav, this is a Makita angle drill. It's not an angle grinder. Available from Screwfix. Buy it on a Monday, you get 20% off. You get 10% off because it's over £100, and they do 10% vouchers on Mondays. So it is actually an angle drill, model DA3010. This got the Simon Hope quick release head in the end for his quick release standing arbors. Takes up to a 13mm drill bit. Does have a key.
Chuck most of it, is it?
Key chuck, variable speed, forward and reverse. So and then variable speed with a dial on the handle. Brilliant piece of kit.
Martin Ford has a question for you.
Yep,
Does True Grit do a coarse and a fine abrasive paste as Yorkshire Grit did, and how do they compare?
Not at the moment. True Grit's only doing an original paste to take you up to about 1,000. We have had a couple of testers who've tried it on resin and varnish, and they believe that it gets sort of halfway between 1,000 and 2,000 just on the original grit. It does leave scratch-free surface on. I've done it on resin and a CA finish. Yes, I did do a CA finish, and I couldn't see any scratches at all.
And you made me do one.
I'm going to put a finish on that, and we did make him do one. Yes. Right, so that's now sanded and gritted. So now I'm going to put a bit of Hampshire sheen.
Charlie said, are you going to paint it?
Oh, I did think about it.
You'd better not.
Not paint, no.
Just this bit here, you know?
No.
Yeah. I think Ruby would actually reach across the ocean and give you a clip around the ear if you did.
You're darn right I would.
So that's a bit of
Boy,
Hampshire
that's a
sheen.
Makita drill that Mark was using.
Yeah, Makita.
Even Brian Green agrees with us. So does Douglas.
Though I learned my lesson colouring pieces of spalted wood. Death threats I used to get.
And rightly so.
I know, it took me hours to write all those out.
I know. There were loads of spelling mistakes.
I know.
Evisceration hasn't got 3 S's.
That's when I write it.
That's when there's spalted wood involved. Right. So I do need to, because I've been a bit sloppy, I've just allowed a little blob of super glue to get on my tenon. So I'm just going to use my skew. Just take that off, because you don't want anything on the tenon altering how it runs. Right, that's good. Okay, so we are about halfway through, aren't we?
Yep.
Let me take this off.
Klondike is asking if I have a snowmobile, because it's time to break them out there. No, I don't have a snowmobile, but I do have cross-country skis, and I plan on using them.
I'm going to change chucks. Turn this tenon for the other chuck jaws, because I want it just a little bit further away from me.
We get 2 inches of snow. I don't go out of the house.
Well,
Lord
we've got a major storm coming, so that we're going to have a white Christmas. And I think that's just wonderful because it's not Christmas without snow.
Well, we just had ice here at the weekend, and Lisa still thinks my arm is broken. I don't think it is, but she says it is. I fell down a set of concrete steps. It's on ice. I'd be useless on snow.
I might have got that for the wrong. Got this tenon for the other set of jaws. Duh. Try again.
Yeah, you just want to show off those new jaws, didn't you?
I did actually want to use them, but I think I took the measurement off the other calipers.
You need to color coat them, Mark.
That's a good idea. Ward Wilson has joined us.
Good evening, Ward.
Hi, Ward. Glad to have you with us.
Right. Go to this one. Right. So it did say, and it's flashing across the bottom of the screen, about a giveaway tonight. So True Grit have very kindly offered to do a giveaway. So flashing across the bottom, you can see hashtag True Grit. Don't put the hashtag in the live chat. After the video's finished, after the live's finished, you can comment on this live. If you comment True Grit, hashtag True Grit, and you can comment as many times as you like, every entry will be entered. Next week, I will do a live giveaway result. I'll pick the winner live on air, and you will receive a tub of True Grit anywhere in the world. And I'm also going to throw in this bowl, which I turned the other day, with just a True Grit finish on it. Okay, that's made of sapele. That's inspired by Steve Gordon, who I think's in the chat, and his piece is in a box just over there for the traveling gallery that I've got. And I turned this as an inspiration from his piece. So this and a tub of True Grit to the winner for the giveaway next week.
Excellent.
Brian with a Y is trying to earn himself a timeout. But in there, today I've been turning an 8.5-inch bowl from a gorgeous piece of olive. 8.5-inch piece of olive? Best
Yeah,
I
he's
get
just
around here,
showing
like
off.
2
He's just
inches.
showing off.
Anyway, it's got several
Change camera.
wormholes, including some inhabited. Suggestions, please, on what to do with it about them. 15 seconds in the microwave will sort the problem out. It'll all explode, and then you can just polish it up afterwards.
Yeah, well.
After that, I hate to admit it, I've got a 12 by 12 by 4 piece of olive sitting in my shop now.
Yeah, you can shut up as well.
It's not the same olive though. Mine's some stuff from here in the United States, out in the desert.
Well, if you don't feel up to turning it, you can send it my way and I'll do it for you.
I absolutely feel up to turning it. I'm looking forward to the time when I get the chance to. I want to take my time with it.
I've kind of put everything on hold till I get all these cones finished.
I understand.
And Brian's just checking, well, should that be before or after cooking the Christmas dinner? Usually before is best. Gives extra flavour.
Oh, come on, Pete.
Roy is saying that when he was in Corfu, there were some big olive trees there. Yes, I've seen some of those trees, and they
Yeah,
are
that's
big.
why I don't watch Mediterranean turners on YouTube. It's turning olive all the time because it's just firewood over there. Only a certain shades of green I can afford to go to. Just lovely stuff. Unlike mango, I turned mango today. I think that's the first and the last time I shall ever be turning that. It's like turning palm. It's not nice at all to turn.
Yeah.
It looks
Those are-
okay when it's done, but
yeah.
Right.
I have thought about bringing some olive back home on my travels. Every trip I come back from Europe, my suitcase is half filled with wood. By the way, Pete, I did get that wood that we tried to pick up that one day. A friend of mine picked it up and brought it to France, and I got it while I was in France.
Ben's trying to get in on the act and says doesn't want to brag, but he's got some 20mm pen blanks of walnut.
Ben and his walnut. He does love his walnut.
Yes.
We've got a lovely piece of walnut in the storeroom. It's 1.5 inches thick and about 18 inches one way and 30 inches the other.
Depending on the walnut, it can be very pretty or it can be pretty boring.
Yeah, it can be. But it doesn't really matter if it's pretty or boring. It cuts nicely. It makes lovely shavings.
So I'm just following the outside shape. I heard something today from another turner, and I thought it was a very good phrase. The outside shape of the bowl is the bowl.
Yes.
The inside shape should follow the outside. So I've made this shape as it is. So now what I need to do is follow the outside shape to replicate it on the inside. And what a really good way. I've got the flute closed. I'm looking down over the top. I'm just working on this top bit first.
In answer to Woodwork Learner's question, yes, they do complain when I take a chainsaw through the airport, so now I tend to leave that at home.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Ruby,
you used
say
to
that
carry
again.
your hand luggage, Ruby. That was a problem.
That's true. But I did learn how to use a chainsaw for texturing on the lathe.
Yeah,
And
we're
it
not allowed to
does,
talk about that on YouTube, I don't think.
it works very
Yeah.
well, but there is
Does
a
actually,
trick
yeah.
to it. It's amazing how frightened men are of women with chainsaws in their hands.
Ruby, men are frightened of women full stop. The chainsaw just adds to the problem. That doesn't apply to Lucy, of course, because she's wonderful and she brings me coffee to the workshop. So
Right, that's the rim. Let's get back into the middle now. About the thickness I want.
Too bad you don't have a coring system, Mark. It would have been nice to core that.
I do have a coring system, but I haven't used it yet, so I'm still
you've had that for
still
about a
using
year now, Mark. You should have used it by now.
it.
Well,
Is
if I'd
almost a year. Yeah.
known that, I'd have taught you how to use it.
It's the McNaughton.
Oh dear.
Yeah, just a slightly different skill
She,
set.
she wasn't so keen after that, was she?
Of-
Don't
of-
forget,
of-
I could see your face there, Ruby.
Of the three major systems for coring, that's probably the hardest to acquire skill with.
It was a very generous gift from Lewis.
It's got the steepest learning curve, but it's really not as hard as because it's not captured in some way. We make it seem like it's scarier than what it really is. I've
Yeah,
got it. I like it.
That's what I've been told. Wayne uses it, and
Yes.
he said it's a very steep learning curve. It's quite difficult to use, but it's more versatile than the other two.
yes.
That it is.
Like if you're doing cowboy hats or something like that, you want to core out the top part of the hat. That's a good system to use.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I just use wood cut because I find coring is a roughing out system for me. I'll finish
Yeah.
the bowl in the normal way. So if I want a different shape, I'll just cut it a little bit thicker and give myself a bit more space.
We're going to go back to the half-inch bowl gouge now. Take a bit of meat out of this.
Peter, are you turning at the same time?
Sorry,
No,
you
not
say that
turning.
again. I'm just working myself down in stages. Because this is bolted, I'm leaving the mass in the middle to keep the outside as strong as possible.
Have you worked out yet what depth you're going to?
Yeah. I'm looking down over, I can see.
Then I have to agree with you that the Hamlet handles are nicer to use than the modern alternative. I was thinking that today while I was turning.
Yeah, I was always a fan of the Sorby handles. Most of the ones I've made my own handles for are based on the Sorby shape. But as I have rather large hands, I tend to go a little bit thicker at the top end.
These
Most of the time.
Hamlet Glen Lucas ones, I think they're probably my favourite shape. My next favourite shape are the Ashley Isles gouges.
Now
I've
this,
got a handle for an Ashley. I've always bought my own handle. Martin Ford said, Mark, this may take a couple of messages. Agree completely about the inside mirroring the outside, but if the rim is an inch or more wide, it makes it more difficult as you end up more follows. So wait for the next message. I've got to say that with a wide rim, I tend to put a shape on the outside of the bowl, a wide rim, and then I either undercut or I cut a completely different shape on the inside bowl.
well, as Nick points out, the depth depends on if it's a bowl or a funnel.
Yep.
You know, once I had to turn a funnel, and that was probably the hardest thing I've ever had to turn.
Sure.
First thing I did live was a funnel, Ruby. And guess what? It wasn't a funnel, I didn't drill deep enough.
Well, I didn't have a plastic one around the house, so I figured, well, what the heck, I'll just make one.
Yeah, I've made a few. I've got one that is especially for the cap biscuits that go into a jar. So I've made it the size of a jar opening.
Stephen has joined us.
Good evening, Stephen.
Hello, Stephen.
Still waiting for Martin Ford's second part.
DJ Brinkley has shown
Can
up.
we have a change of camera, please, Mark?
Oh yeah, sorry. There you go. Right, because I know Ruby is sitting there going, he hasn't checked yet. Still hasn't checked.
You're absolutely right.
Right, just for you, Ruby. I know I've got 8 miles on the bottom of this.
Okay,
Miles.
Martin Ford's second part's in. He says he's making a commission for somebody who is a Dalmatian breeder. Wants a rim with Dalmatian spots on. And it's looking good so far, but he's having a problem making the inside mirror the outside. Yeah, if the rim is the focal point, then make the bowl inside pretty, make the bowl outside pretty, and make the rim what you want.
You've got 3/4 of an inch, Ruby.
And how much are you planning on leaving?
Oh. 5 mil.
I go a little more because remember, when you take the tenon off, you want to undercut it a bit.
Yeah, but I've got a shoulder. I've got a shoulder bit after the tenon, so.
Oh, okay. See, you didn't explain all that.
Oh no, I got kind of.
I know, he's hopeless, isn't he, Ruby? Doesn't help us at all.
Now, is that more of a 60-degree angle gouge you're using?
Yep. Gonna talk about this afterwards. So this is a 60-degree. Where are we?
Put your hand behind it, Mark, so we can see it.
Straight over grind. English grind or traditional grind.
Almost. Got a float wing on it.
Yeah, a little bit of it. But it's also got a micro bevel on it. So there's no shoulder.
Yeah, that makes it easier for coming across and getting a nice flat bottom on a bowl.
Some proper door marks in there.
Bob Woodshop has joined us.
Martin, if you want some sort of more in-depth assistance on your bowl dilemma, if you message Mark or myself or both of us with pictures of what you got so far and the brief of the commission, we'll certainly come back to you with some suggestions.
If you want, send it to me. I'll make some suggestions too.
Cool, that's grand. I'm Ruby as well.
Yeah, I can help you as well.
So there you go. Lots of offers of help for you. It's very difficult when you're doing commission work because you've got to try and figure out what they want when they don't really know what to tell you.
That's a
So,
fact.
Sometimes what I've done is I've drawn it out on paper and colored it in and then asked if this is close to what they want.
yeah, I can't draw, so what I've tended to do is do it in some scrap wood in it's a rough shape and
Right.
There we go.
go from there.
That's a good alternative.
Right. So that is, I think, finished down inside there. Yep, perfect. So put that there.
Mark, can we have an overhead where you use that depth gauge just in case anybody hasn't
Oh
seen
yeah,
it?
sorry. Yeah. Right. So basically, just see if I can see my other one as well, because they will give you both. Don't know where my other one is. So everybody knows the one I used to use. Well, still use it. It's the sort of quick and dirty one in there with the bar that goes across, and it sits there, and the bar goes there, and then you do that, and it tells you how far you are away from the bottom of the bowl. This one is the one that Wayne uses. So this block here is exactly level with the front of my jaws for this chuck. Doesn't work with any other chuck. That's why I've got on it C jaws SK114. So this line here is level with the front of my jaws. This is level. This is level with the front here. Push it in till it hits the bottom of the bowl, and that's your gap. That's your wall depth, just there, from the front of the jaws to the bottom of the bowl.
Now,
That gap there.
do you ever use your calipers to measure
Yes,
the wall thickness?
I do. I do, Ruby. They are just here. I do especially use the ones that you gave me because they fit inside.
Robert and Harry have joined us. Good evening.
So when I'm using a mortise, they would tell me this gap here is how deep from the bottom of the bowl to the bottom of the bowl on the inside to the bottom of the bowl on the outside.
Yeah, I like those because they'll go between the jaws of
They
the
actually,
fish.
yeah, they fit down in like that.
Yeah, more for a mortise than a tenon, but yeah.
Yeah, right. So you
Nice
guys are going
spot.
to be able to talk about me again.
That means you're going sanding again.
I am going sanding again, yes. Get this over here. Start at 120. Speed down
Change
to
camera before
about,
you do that.
yeah,
Into the
speed down
inside
to
one.
about 700. Headstock.
Hiya, Hodge.
Well, that's a good idea, Mick. He says he's got a friend who can't measure and then asks for something to be made to a size. I always show her something the size she has asked for. That's a very wise idea.
I had a friend I used to share my workshop with, and she used to do her woodwork in the spare bedroom in the house. As you
Mm.
can imagine, a little bit messy and a bit dusty. So when I built the workshop, I said, "Well, come and work here." And she would turn up saying, "Oh, I want to make a bedside cabinet, for instance." And I said, "Well, what size?" And she said, "Well, it's up to my knee, and it's just the width of my hand, and forearm is this. So I used to lay her down on the floor of the workshop and measure bits of her to figure out what dimensions to
There you
make
go.
whatever product.
There you
But
go.
I bought her for that first Christmas. I bought her 10 tape measures, wrapped them all up together, and said put one in every room of the house and a couple of extras spare knocking around so you can measure next time.
Hi, Joe. Welcome to the party. Better late than never.
Absolutely. I've got to step away for just a moment. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okie doke. Now, when I worked at the one wood shop, he had a lot of young fellows that came in to work for him, and I think I spent most of my time teaching them how to read a measuring tape. And before they were allowed to cut any wood, we'd check to make sure the fences were set properly.
Yeah. And Donna said she used to have talent of measuring something 4 times and getting 4 different numbers.
That's not good.
No, Robert, it's Doug Miller. Well, Doug Miller's the one who's not here at the moment. Unless you think Ruby sounds like Seth. Or me, even.
More likely you than me.
Well, I don't know. I've got a West Country accent. I don't think it's going to translate.
No, the only accent I've got is straight monotone.
I don't know. I think I would know you're Canadian.
Well, I sure hope more people are going to hit the like button, especially when they get to see such a pretty piece of spalted wood.
Yeah, you think so? Yeah, 70 watching now. Only 45 got a thumbs up.
I agree, Martin. Measure it twice, cut it once.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Well, welcome back.
Right. Sorry about that.
That's all right. We'll stop talking about you now.
Okay.
But that was so much fun.
Yeah, we'll be sanding again. You know, we'll catch up on the next one.
Yeah.
Okay. That is gorgeous, Mark.
It is gorgeous, but I will say the light bits in between the spalting are super soft.
Soft.
Yeah.
Right.
Really soft. It's
This is
almost
where
a
my
texture.
advice comes in, Mark.
Eh?
It's where my advice comes in. 3-inch sanding pad. Spread the load.
Yeah.
Especially when it's close together like that.
That's something I need to look at. All I've got is 2-inch sanding
Yeah.
pads. I need to go to some bigger ones.
When you got something like that where you've got soft bits in it, trouble with the 2 inches, it's just like you
It's a bit too
speak.
intense, isn't it? Yeah. It's a bit
Yeah.
too
Bigger
localized.
pad and it's going to go over more evenly.
That
On,
is.
on something like that, what I'll often do is use a 3-inch pad on a 2-inch sander, or use a 4-inch on a 3-inch sander.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that bit there. That's where I glued
See, so
the.
glue.
So that's black around the outside, and a bit of dust with the black glue, and on the outside it's brass.
Yeah. That might have been a good spot for coffee grounds.
Yeah.
Martin says that when stuff is soft like that, he floods it with sanding sealer, and that seems to harden the wood.
Yeah, it can help.
It can help, yeah, stiffen up the fibres. Right, so speed back down. 350, 400, 500 if you can. If you can't go any slower. 500 will work. Let's get those 2 bits out of there.
Bob says that this is his favorite part, looking for faces or shapes in the spalting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that.
It's like seeing shapes in the clouds. Oh, look, a puppy dog.
Get a nice piece of burl with the eyes facing up, and then dye that after it's been sanded down real nice. Talking about faces, you can find
Yep.
all kinds of faces in them.
Yeah.
Putting dye or stain on a burl is difficult to do, though.
It can be, yeah. I mean, well, you've got all sorts of textures and hardnesses in a burl, haven't you?
Yeah.
Of course, we
I
just call
don't
it a burr over in this country, but you know.
Yeah, same thing.
I don't tend to like coloring on burls.
Well, I fully understand. They are pretty, though.
Can be done if you get it right, the right shade.
I tend to think that coloring is better left for wood that has no character to it whatsoever, and then you're giving it some character.
Yeah. Jason just said, "Hodge, I resemble that comment. Made my first lidded box. Now I have several lids that I need to make boxes to fit." Yeah, been there,
Yeah.
done that.
Absolutely.
When I'm making
So that's all the true grit buffed out. Sorry, Pete.
right, when I'm making finials and knobs and things, I either use a 6mm or a 10mm tenon on all of them, and then if I don't like it, I can use it on something else.
That's a good idea. I think what people should do is make a selection of different finials and then try them to see what looks best on the form that they've created.
That's what Les Thorne was saying the other night in his demo.
Yeah,
Do them all 6 or 10 mil. Chop and change them. Use them round.
and the other thing Les was saying is don't get carried away.
Yeah.
Put so much work into a
Short,
finial, and you end up with a finial
short
that
fat,
dominates the pieces.
short fat knobs work just as well as thin, long.
Yeah, appropriate to the piece you've got in front of you is the right shape.
Yep.
Well, I think Robert's getting close to supper time where he is because he says it looks like an outline of a jalapeno in the bottom of the bowl.
Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah, sure does. Stuffed with cream cheese and bacon.
So this was a Hampshire Sheen high gloss. Food and toy safe.
Lucy sees a mustache.
So nice.
So there you go. There. That's about a 5mm thickness. A bit more actually. 6mm. 6mm thickness all the way down and around. Nice OG shape. There's the inside. Lovely spalting. And there's the spalting on the outside.
It's so nice, Mark. Well done.
I'm not going to take the tenon off tonight. I'll do this tomorrow. Because I'm a chicken.
So you're supposed
Let
to
me
say,
bring
I
the...
want to let the wax set before I put the vacuum chuck on it.
yes, that. What Pete said.
Yeah. And that does make a difference. Just giving it 12 hours, 24 hours to set, get hard.
Yeah. God don't... Plus this is spalted. I may... Because it's got quite some quite heavy spalting down in the bottom. I may not actually put this on a vacuum chuck.
Friction plate's probably better, I bet.
Yeah, friction plate or button jaws. I've got both.
Yeah.
I
Take
would
that
think
off.
button jaws.
I think probably the button jaws. It's good size for button jaws.
Yeah.
But I followed the shape down. So this shape here, that's your bowl, right? So that's what I was saying earlier. That is the shape of your bowl. And the inside, I've actually followed it. So it goes that way, then drops down, and then goes across. So it's actually following the shape inside the same as the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Too
You're
many
getting
people.
a lot of compliments on the bowl, Mark.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Shape
Yeah,
is
most
nice.
of them are saying you
Nice-
should have sent the piece
nice
of wood to
elegant
me.
shape.
Yeah, I could have done better with it, but
Nice
apart from
elegant
that,
shape.
they're not being too mean to you.
So
Well, I'll take it as it is already done.
this one then, which if I hold it a bit closer, you can see.
We've had some new ones in since the middle of March. Do you want to do the whole thing again?
Yeah, so we're doing a giveaway this week. True Grit Finishes have very kindly offered to send a tub of True Grit to a randomly selected viewer. So after this video ends, go back into the comments and put hashtag True Grit. One word, hashtag True Grit. They will send you a tub of True Grit, and I will send you this Event Horizon, I call it. It's the Event Horizon bowl because it looks like the model of a black hole that you see where it disappears down inside. I will sign the bottom. I've got to finish the bottom off. I haven't finished. So I've got to
I
finish
was
the bottom
going to
off.
say, I think you needed to finish that.
Yeah, no, the bottom hasn't been finished. It's still left raw. And anywhere in the world. So doesn't matter. It's not UK only. Could I put a link to his video? Pete, could you put a link to Roy's video,
Looking
please?
for it.
Thank you. I can't, Roy, because when I'm doing the live, I only have StreamYard up. I can't put links in for StreamYard. Handcuff spiral. Weeks. No. Just like this took me an hour and a half. I don't mind giving this away. But so that and a tub of True Grit is the giveaway for this week. I will do the live result, the live draw next week. But I will be at Kim's next week, so there won't be any turning. So it'll literally just be a quick 5-minute video, me and Kim probably on camera saying hi to everyone, wishing you all a happy new year, and then do the draw live, and then that'll be it until the first week after New Year, be when I'm back doing something live. I see Pete's
I've
just put
plugged
the link in
myself for
for
the
Roy.
9th of January. I'm doing a live at lunchtime.
So that's what we've turned today. Again, nice elegant shape, nice classic OG shape on the outside. Follow the contours on the inside. Beautiful bit of spalted elm.
Absolutely.
First time I've turned spalted elm. And a
Nice
huge
apart
thank
from the
you.
smell.
This didn't smell actually. No
No.
smell on it at all. It's very dry.
Well, I
don't know how-
notice your elm seems to be very light colored, whereas elm we get here tends to be very dark.
No smell on that at all. So huge thank you to Hugh from Wouldn't It Be Nice? He gifted me the blank for this. Hugh, I shall pop this in the post, mate, and send it back to you. So I hope you enjoy it.
It's nice of you, Mark. That's great.
It's all right.
I think you just made his day. It's like
Good.
early Christmas.
Good.
I bet.
Right. So, thank you ever so much, everybody, for coming along. Hopefully, I will have my proper badges all signed on, sewn on to me smocks next time. But at the moment, I've only got me little metal RPT pin. I don't usually say Merry Christmas to people, but I will this year. Merry Christmas, everybody. I do hope you have a very, very festive season. If you're not back next week, why not? But if you aren't, Happy New Year. And I also want to say, well, I just remember, today is my youngest son's birthday. So if he does ever watch this, happy birthday, Toby. I love you, mate. And he turns 13 today, so he's a teenager.
All
Good
right.
luck,
Happy
everyone.
birthday,
Ooh.
Toby.
Happy
Right.
birthday.
And it's Hugh's birthday end of the week as well.
Oh,
Who is it?
happy birthday, Hugh.
It's my brother's birthday on Christmas Eve. So, yeah. That'll be Saturday, I think.
And it
Right.
was
I'm going
my
to.
brother's birthday on Boxing Day.
Okay.
I always figure people who had birthdays at Christmas sort of got left out because it got
Yeah.
mixed in with Christmas.
That's why I made sure that the Kim's birthday was absolutely separate from Christmas because her birthday was on Saturday.
That's why I told
Right.
my daughter to keep her tights on until June, but she still gave birth in January.
Yeah. That's going to be it for me. So I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you, Ruby. Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Pete, for earworming for me.
You're welcome,
You're
mate.
so welcome. Thank you.
Did a grand job, I think. I will see you all next week for the giveaway draw for the True Grit and the bowl. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye
Happy
bye.
Christmas all. Take
Merry
care.
Christmas.
Bye bye. Merry Christmas.